Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Monday. Welcome to Game Day Live, a special afternoon edition presented by the Let's Go Devils Podcast Network and the Primetime Radio Studios, along with And Crew Brew. My name is Vinnie, Parise, and we are joined by Shorts Guy, of course, and of course Max is currently at the game at the TD Garden in Boston, checking in. We have welcoming all fans from YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day to you. The Devils are taking on the Bruins. Max, what's going on, buddy?
Not much. It's seeing a good amount of red out here. Looks like a lot of fans made the trip up or are showing up from around Boston area. So Zaka is on the ice. I know it was a game time decision. He is out there right now. But the boys are buzzing. It looks good. Energy was high coming out of the tunnel. Love to see it.
And you can confirm that Nico Dawes led out the New Jersey Devils, so we are expecting him to be the starter today against the Boston Bruins.
Yep. He's warming up right now. The first shot will be coming in. He's the first one to take the net, and he did lead us out of the tunnel.
Very, very good. And I believe Pavel Zacha was expected to take warm-ups and then be a game-time decision on whether or not he's going to play today. Shorts guy, Nico Dawes in the net. What a thrill.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about this pretty extensively last night on the big show at 9 p.m. And I want some Devils goalie, any Devils goalie, to just take the net and say, this is mine, and run with it and do well. And if it's Nico Dawes, it's Nico Dawes.
Nico Dawes right there.
Woo!
That's what I like to hear.
That's what I like to hear, too.
Coming off a big win versus the Florida Panthers, the Boston Bruins, they're right there neck and neck with Florida for the top of the Atlantic Division. Max, how important is beating the Bruins on a game like today?
Well, not only is it important in the standings, it's important for, I think, our whole franchise.
How long has it been since we beat these guys up here in Boston? It feels like forever. But when you go to the standings, I mean, if you lose one, that can set you back such a long time. When we have these games at hand, we have to take advantage of it. Gain that ground, start pushing ahead, and start that separation. Especially this is the halfway point for us.
Absolutely. Shorts guy, status report on beating the Bruins potentially.
I say not only just to beat the Bruins, because we haven't done it up there in a long time, but get a little redemption for letting that game get so far out of hand and out of your hands the last time we played them. We were up 2-0, and all of a sudden they put a 5 spot on us. You know, have a little pride and go out there and beat them soundly, just to make up for the embarrassment that they gave you when they were when you were up there last time.
Absolutely. And not only have the Devils not beaten the Bruins in Boston in a long time, when's the last time they took a season series from them? That is also at stake today. That's also at stake today as the Devils take on the Bruins. Both teams kind of dealing with some illness and some injury. Both injury lists are long. The Bruins are without Poitras. They will be starting Jeremy Swayman as Linus Allmark is dealing with an injury. This will be the third straight start for Swayman. Normally they do that rotation thing. They're probably the best in the league at rotating their goalies. They're the only team in the league with 2 top teners. But they have an outstanding defense with McAvoy and Grzelcyk and Lindholm. Shattenkirk is having a real good year. They have depth. The issue is up the middle for the Bruins. Obviously, with Pavel Zacha out, their top-line center is Charlie Coyle. And then there's kind of a dip. No Bergeron, no Krejci. Even without Jack Hughes, I think the center of the ice is where the Devils can shine if they take advantage to their skills today.
Oh, they absolutely can. And I'm looking at the standings now. We have 47 points, and the first-place wildcard team, Detroit Red Wings, have 49. We can tie Detroit and Tampa with a win today. And vault up into that wild card spot yet again, which I feel like we're going to be jumping in and out of. And then after that, it's only another 3 points to catch the Flyers in third in the Metro. So it's not like this is out of hand for the New Jersey Devils. They just need to start winning games. Start today. Once again, get redemption, make up for what the Bruins did to you last time. And that embarrassment, I think I was driving down the shore the last time. I was driving down the shore, listening out on the radio going, holy crap, just went from bad to worse and then to awful. So have some pride, and make up for that loss. But I did see a lot of Devils were out on the optional skate yesterday, the optional practice, including both Vitek and Nico Dawes. So it seems to be, these guys are taking this seriously and they want to prepare for it. Just get a win today. Just get a win.
The Bruins are coming off an overtime win over the St. Louis Blues the last time we saw them. It was the same night as the Devils beating the Panthers. Obviously, they're a really good team. But that win over the Blues, that was their first win in a handful of games. They're a beatable team. They're not the juggernaut that they were last year. They're still very good. Now, they probably feel the same way about the Devils. The Devils have taken a step back as well. But I do think outside of that little stretch where both Heischer and Hughes were injured and they went like 3-8, that's what set them back in the standings. Before that and after that, they are about what I expected them to be, with maybe a little bit, you'd like to see a little bit better goaltending out of Vitek. Outside of that, they basically have been in and out of that wild card spot. Like you said, that Detroit Red Wings team that is in the top spot of the wild card standings right now, they just got there yesterday. They were below the Devils before they had a last-minute miraculous victory over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Literally, it was going on while you guys were doing the Sunday show, and the Red Wings ended up winning that game. It's going to be a tight race all season long, and I'd like to get Max's thoughts on this too while he's doing the warm-up camp for us. It's going to be so important to continue getting these points all season long because it is just such a tight battle in the Eastern Conference. What do we have here? What do we have here, Max?
Oh!
Who sent it to you? Who gave it to you, Max?
One of the equipment managers. I just asked him for it.
That's sweet. That's awesome.
Nice. Those guys are normally they pretend you don't exist.
I've talked like a few times before.
Very
okay,
cool.
so he recognized you, which is cool. That's awesome, man.
That is cool. That is cool. And now he gets to be on the Let's Go Devils podcast. Max, we were talking about the standings. What's your take on everything going on with the Metropolitan Division and the wildcard standings?
I mean, when you look at it between Atlantic and Metro and the threshold that we're in right now, it's just so tight. I mean, the margin for error is so small. Now, you don't have to play perfect hockey, but you got to play a solid 60-minute. Oh my God, he just squirted Lazar in the face with a whole bottle.
He's scoring a goal.
You get on the Let's Go Devils podcast.
Put all your money on Lazar. Anytime goal scorer, Curtis Lazar. Money, free money.
I think I might have to do that now.
So what I was saying, I mean, it's so tight. There's no room for error, but at the same time, you don't have to squeeze your stick tighter because you don't have to play a perfect game. You just have to play a solid 60 minutes. But it has to be, as we know, this Devils team kind of has trouble 60 minutes. We got to have the 60-minute effort. Otherwise, a team like Boston, it only took, 3 minutes for them to score 3 on us like that? And that's always the case against a team like this.
Absolutely. Shorts guy, normally when the Devils play against the Atlantic teams, you see them as important games because they are still part of the Eastern Conference, but not quite as important as those interdivision matchups with the Metropolitan Division. This year feels different. Just with the way it's a clutter from top to bottom, if the Leafs go on a run somehow, miraculously, I don't know what their issue is, but let's say Florida, Tampa Bay, and the Leafs all of a sudden go on this run and Boston just kind of stays status quo, then all of a sudden they're in the wild card mix. It just seems like every team in the Atlantic could 1 through 5 could go in any order, because even Detroit has been on fire lately, and they're right there too now. And then same thing with the Metropolitan Division. The New York Rangers have been slumping. They could be a wild card team if this keeps up. Thinking the division is locked up for the New York Rangers is just not correct. Washington miraculously has been incredible. I think the Philadelphia Flyers are legit. I'm not saying they're going to win the Stanley Cup, but the small sample size they're going to fall off, people, that's gone. The Flyers are a good team that you have to worry about officially. Same thing with the New York Islanders, and then, of course, the New Jersey Devils. I think below all the rest of the teams are probably done, so I'm not too worried about the Montreal Canadiens, even though they play hard. Same thing with the Columbus Blue Jackets. But, every team near the top of each division is having a chance to be a postseason team this year, these games against the Atlantic, including the teams like the Bruins, they just seem a little extra important this year as opposed to other years.
Oh, they absolutely are more important than other years, especially with, like you said, with all the potential of those wild card teams coming from the Atlantic Division. You have to take these points where you can get them, and you have to start tonight. And Max is absolutely correct. We need a full 60 minutes, which has been a struggle. A team like Boston is smart enough and good enough to where if you let up for about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, like we did the last game, boom, 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 goals are going in, and you're down behind the 8 ball again. So you have to win these games. We have to get these points. At this point, with the way the Devils are playing, with the way the standings are, with how tight the Metro is, any Eastern Conference matchup are valuable points. Any Eastern Conference matchup, because it could be the difference between you and that last wild card spot. That 1 point, 2 points could be the difference come the end of April. And watching the playoffs or being in the playoffs. So you really have to start treating all of these Eastern Conference games like they're divisional games, and all those points are valuable.
Absolutely. And Max, we'd like you to yell touchdown John Marino the second you see him start to come off the ice. We need that. We need that
He was
badly.
the first one off already.
He's gone.
We just missed it.
Yell it anyway right now.
Touchdown, Marino!
Love it.
He heard you.
Love it. Love it.
He heard you. We're
Yeah,
big fans of that.
his dad told me he's always the first one in the tunnel ready, and he's always the first one off the ice.
Love that. Well, if you want to yell at other players while they're coming off, if you want to call Nico Captain America or something like that, even though he's Swiss, we would love to hear different variations of that. Well, you're telling me if you weren't going to compare one player on the New Jersey Devils roster to Steve Rogers, it wouldn't be Nico Hischier?
Yeah, you got a point. Yeah,
Just always trying to do the right thing, be tough, like that. That's Captain America right there. Sorry.
Captain Swiss White Chocolate.
Captain Swiss White Chocolate. I like that. I'm a Swiss milk chocolate guy myself.
Let's go, baller.
Oh, that was Kevin Ball. Guys, Kevin Ball has been a wrecking ball out there lately.
Oh,
let's go, Bratter. Oh, he's going to.
Jesper Bratt said nope. maybe that means Jesper Bratt will score today.
I was going to say, if they're ignoring you because they're in a zone, I'm okay with that.
All right, BB. Let's go, Nico. There it is.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, my God.
Vitek
said no. Vitek said no to handshakes, but he's been saying yes to a lot of goals lately, so that's really not all that surprising. Bad joke. Yep.
I saw the dogs. Yep. I saw the dogs.
Captain Swiss White Chocolate. Let's go, Nico.
Captain.
There we go. Hey, these guys are in the zone.
No.
You know what? I kind of like that they're all telling you no, and Nico Dawes. The only one we need to be like an uplifted spirit is the only one who said
He's got to be loose. He's got to be loose. Yeah,
he's got to be loose. It's got to be. I think if you're going to be like a starting goalie in the NHL, you kind of have to like be fresh, loose, excited. You're just a different breed than everybody else who has to be super serious the whole time.
It's a combination. It's a combination of being loose and serious at the same time. That's the combination.
There's one. That's Bauer.
There we go.
Whoa, Bauer. See, the young guys getting their opportunity though. They're fresh. They're loose. They know they could be back on that AHL bus as soon as tomorrow, so they're gonna take it all.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, this is awesome. We have news from Sam Wu. Luke Hughes. Nope. Sam Wu said Vitek is dead to him. So that's where we're at on him not giving you a fist bump.
Let's go, Luke.
Who's this coming here? Luke Hughes. If Jack were in the lineup, he would have given you a fist bump.
No shot.
No, if Jack were in the lineup, Luke would have given you a fist bump, is what I'm saying. He'd just be in a better mood.
That's fair.
You know, the first time I saw Jack Hughes play in person was with the Devils in Chicago, and he was coming off the ice, and I just looked at him and I went, "Jack, have a good game, man." And he said, "Thank you." So that was pretty cool.
Simone Simone Nemec just flipped the puck to Holtz. Holtz batted in the air with his skate and then slapped it into the goal. That was impressive.
That's awesome.
They combined on a goal last game.
That's what I love about watching warm-ups is when these guys get to the tail end of warm-ups and they start just messing around with the puck and doing all the dumb little things. That's the fun stuff that I love to watch.
Absolutely. And you kind of realize
all having a good time out there.
I love that. 3 first-round picks in back-to-back years between the 3 players there. I love that. When you see warm-ups, when you watch warm-ups like that up close, you see how good you have to be to suck in the NHL.
Oh yeah.
You see guys who score 0 goals.
Nice job.
Do incredible things during warm-ups.
Oh yeah, absolutely you do.
Good guy Simone Nemec
really
just Nemec just got this lucky fan a puck over here.
Oh, very
cool.
That's so cool.
I mean, he's 19 years old. He's never playing in the AHL ever again. I love seeing him, Holtz and Mercer. I know Nemec is a defenseman and Holtz and Mercer are forwards, but these are young guys who are going to be there for a long time. And Nemec he's just so aware out there and having chemistry with Holtz already. It was just so apparent in their last game against Florida.
Oh, absolutely.
Very, very good. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say we need this team to perform. We need this team to perform today and get these 2 points. That's the big thing. And as they seem in the zone, I hope they were ignoring Max because they were in the zone and that they were getting ready to play this game.
Absolutely. And the ones that kind of didn't ignore Max or the fans around him are the ones that you kind of want to be like, a little more loosey-goosey and friendly. And, the younger guys, especially the goaltender who's young. A lot of the veterans kind of have their head down and they're just locked in, ready to go. It is a day game. Their routine is different than normal. Max, we will get back to you if Marino comes out while you're still there. We can't thank you enough for the on-ice cam. That was really, really cool. Shorts guy, what's your kind of thought, just overall general, heading into this game against the Bruins?
I already said it. Get those 2 points. Make up for that last game to where you fell asleep for a couple minutes and you were down by 3 goals. Go out there, win, get these 2 points because they're valuable. There's no more messing around. There's no more. Well, it's early yet because it's getting late, and we need these points if we want to be playing in late April.
Absolutely. I'm happy Nico Dawes is in net, and I cracked my jokes about VTech just because I like hockey comedy. Like, that's kind of like my shtick. You go on my Twitter, I crack jokes. But, like, in all honesty, I truly want VTech to succeed as badly as anybody, but he just hasn't so far this season. And so a game against the Bruins, it's nice to see the guy. The Florida Panthers outplayed the Devils in a lot of ways. When they played, the puck was in New Jersey's zone for a lot of the game, and Devils ended up winning, and they won by 3 goals. Normally, it's the opposite. Like against the Lightning, the Devils controlled play. All the advanced statistics favored them, and I'm not a complete advanced stats guy. I like to watch the games too, but the eye test matched the advanced statistics against the Lightning. It looked like the Devils were the better team, and VTech let up a couple softies, ones that Nico Dawes has been saving lately. So I don't think this is a bad decision. I'm excited that this is the opportunity. You have Montreal and then Columbus. These could be games that VTech, you throw him in against Columbus, let him start feeling good about his game. Montreal plays hard, but you got a couple games against teams way below you in the standings coming up after this one. So getting 2 points here, I think, would be just absolutely astronomical for this Devils team as they look to kind of get back into the wild card situation and be in a playoff spot the rest of the season. I don't think anything is out of the realm of possibility. Today's the halfway point of the season. Is game 41. You got 41 more games. You could go win the division. You could come in second and host the first round playoff series. You could be a wild card team. It doesn't matter. Like, you get in the dance. Anything could happen. And this Devils team, if they could get a save, they can beat anybody. And I firmly believe that after watching the Florida game last week and after watching the Lightning game, because I'm like, if we just got a save in this game, if that even if that goal that Mikey McLeod scored that they waved off counted, that like was so 50-50, they would have won. And 3-on-3 is a crapshoot. Anybody who has the puck, they have Kucherov who could make a play. We have Luke Hughes and Jesper Bratt and all these guys who could make a play. They made it first. Stuff like that happens. But I think it's time now, because we received word that Max, he's done with the show for the day. He had to head out and get to his seat or whatever. We need people in the chat to give their predictions right now. We will read a couple of them live on air from the YouTube page. So get in there and do that, Shorts guy. What are your predictions? And I think you had something else to say too.
I did. You talking about the Tampa game reminded me. I saw Schwim from Hockey and Tap, and I got the opportunity to ask him at Tampa in their overtime, like we were talking about with Vasi wanting to move the puck. That's just what Vasi does in overtime. It wasn't situational against the Devils. It was just that's the way that Vasi plays, and he just tries to move that puck. So it's definitely something that they work on and they practice. They do often, and it was successful against the Devils.
That's really cool.
One of those things. Yeah, it's really one of those things where we saw a team had a specific strategy. The Devils have a strategy in overtime too. They send out someone like Mikey McLeod or Eric Holler to take the face off. They win it. They get off the ice and they put on the better guy to go on the attack. Whereas Tampa, they try to move the puck and catch you sleeping. And the Devils, unfortunately, are a team that you can catch sleeping. And we've seen it happen. And they, the Tampa was able to win. But if
you're another team, really quick before your prediction, if you're another team, do you go to school on what you heard from Schwim on the Tampa Bay Lightning? Like, do you think like, hey, this is a key to beating the Devils? The Tampa Bay, they do it against everyone, but against the Devils specifically, we saw it work for Tampa Bay. Why can't it work for us?
You can, but you got to have that. You have to have those players that are ready to go and in that open position. That's the key, because there were some of those plays that Vasi made. It was like, that's close, but they had confidence in doing it. So you got to have those players there ready and, willing to do that.
For sure. Now, we have Max from his seat.
Nice.
That's a good spot.
Nice view. That's a real nice view.
For sure. Now, what do you think is going to take place on that ice today?
What do I think is going to take place in that ice? So I think it's going to be I'm hoping it's a tight game, and I'm hoping for a 3-2 Devils victory today.
3-2 Devils from Short Sky. A very, I almost said accurate. We don't know if it's accurate yet. We got about 3 hours to find
I hope
that out.
it is.
But a very conservative, like typical Devils Bruins game type of prediction. I like that prediction. So I'm going to read a couple from the chat. Selecta says 4-2 Devils. Steve Engel says 4-3 Devils. Robert says 7-2 Devils. Ooh, dropping 7 on the Bees. That'd be something. Joseph says 4-0 Devils. Hey, we almost predicted that frickin' Nico Daw shutout last game. We mentioned it, and he gave up the one power play goal to Reinhart, who's second in the league, only to Matthews. It was a very good game for him in that aspect. John says 3-1 Devils. Hollow with an empty netter, so it's a 2-1 game with the empty netter. I would appreciate that very much. Shane says 3-2 Devils. McLeod game-winning goal. Ted says 4-1 Devils. Dawes will surprise. Robert says Toffoli hat trick. That'd be pretty cool. Devils Aces says 4-2 Devils. The great Sam Wu has. I consider this a Sam Wu prediction. I know a typical Sam Wu prediction is believing that the Devils are going to score 9 and the other team's going to score -10. Yes, they will have goals subtracted from them. But I still think this is a very Sam Wu prediction, saying that the Devils are going to win today at 1-0.
Yeah.
That would
be cool. Impressive. That would be impressive for the Devils to win 1-0. And man,
it'd be boring.
Sam Wu got that prediction,
it'd be sick.
You can't always say that, because if it's a good defensive game and the goalies are on their game and they're making saves, it's not boring.
Yeah.
For 3/4 of it, for the typical American sports fan, it's a boring score.
Yeah.
But if you like defensive play and you like goaltenders, it's going to be a good score.
That's true. Who am I kidding? If I saw Nemitz make like some sick defensive plays on Pasternak, and then down in the other end of the rink, I'm watching McAvoy shut down Jesper Bratt. Like, even though I'm a Devils fan, I love McAvoy and the way he plays and all sorts of, the Bruins have a couple guys I feel that way about, with Grizzlick and Lindholm. And, when I play Rocket League on PlayStation 5, I stay back. I'm a defensive-minded guy and literally my own brain in every way. So I don't know. I guess a 1-0 score, there's a lot of ways that could be very exciting. So hopefully that's the case. I'm going to predict the Devils win this game 4-2. I'm going to take the basic score. the one that a lot of people predict, but I do see it being a 3-2 game, and then find a way to score the empty netter instead of letting the Bruins tie it with the goalie pull. That's kind of what I'm hoping for today, a 4-2 Devils win. We can't thank Max enough for coming on the show today and giving us a little bit of insight with the goal, or not, I almost said the goalie cam, with the on-ice cam for warm-ups, and then he was able to get to his seat and show us what his view is going to be. I'm excited for this one. It's not often you get to watch the Devils play a day game on a weekday. It's not very often I do game day live when it's this bright outside. It's currently
it's weird, right?
-2. Yeah.
It's so weird. It's so weird.
It is. And, we hope everybody enjoys Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Watch the Devils. Obviously, I think there is a lot of hockey today in general.
Yeah, there is. I'm going through my fantasy lineup. There's quite a bit of hockey going on today.
Yeah, so, and a bunch of noon starts, too.
Yeah, Buffalo, it's one of those things. Well, I mean, Buffalo, here's hoping everyone gets there safely, because Buffalo's been I was on the phone yesterday with a buddy of mine who's living up in Buffalo, and he said that they were basically mandated to stay at home because of the weather. Like, he couldn't go anywhere. He was losing his mind. Yeah, right?
That's crazy. And Buffalo, they're at the first intermission with the San Jose Sharks, and then I know they're hosting a playoff game against the Pittsburgh Steelers later today, so that should be really fun. Just an awesome sports day all around. There's hockey all day, and then 2 sick playoff games to watch in the NFL. So hopefully everybody enjoys all that. And make sure you go to joinourcrew.com. You can sign up for the newsletter, if you want to call it that. I think I said that exact same joke last time we were on. You'll get all the information on what's going on with our Stadium Series Fan Appreciation Tailgate, where you will have the opportunity to have some fun ahead of the Devils taking on the Philadelphia Flyers at MetLife Stadium, home of the New York Football Giants, not the Jets. I'm just kidding. You guys, Sam Wu and Shorts Guy, will be on that. I'm gonna stick up for the little guy here, the Jets fan. I don't have a dog in that fight. No, I'm kidding. I really don't care. Both teams, if they played in the Super Bowl, I'd be like, oh, cool. That's just where my favorite team stinks. But yeah, I'm excited for the tailgate. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully, a lot of people show up and have a good time. I'll be in town, which is obviously the main attraction of the whole thing. I'm sure. I'm sure people are more excited. People are more excited to see me than anybody else we might potentially have on stage. That should be a lot of fun, though. I'm very much looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to trying And Crew Brew. And Crew Brew. Join our crew today and drink an And Crew Brew, where we make winning memories together, one crew at a time. And Crew Brew. JoinOurCrew.com. Sign up. Put in your email. You'll get more information on what's going on with the tailgate. And make sure you tune in after for Devils After Dark. That music blistered.
Way too loud.
My ears.
Yeah, right?
It blistered my ears. I couldn't even hear. I'm just kidding. Devils After Dark, Scotty of Sirius XM will join in and tell you about the Devils game that was against the Boston Bruins. We hope you all have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the Devils game against the Boston Bruins. Hopefully they get a big win. And as the great Sam Wu always says, I'm going to blast the music in Vinnie's ear as loud as I possibly can. Let's